guys, 2JR Tech here today, and we're going to be bringing you a gaming PC build. I'm Ryan and this is Jake, and Jake's going to give us a quick rundown of the parts we're going to use. And throughout this video we're going to show you the basic steps you need to put one of these together, and it's really not as complicated as you might seem, so hopefully you learn something in the process and have a good time doing it. So Jake, you want to start us off?
Okay. Yeah. So for our CPU cooler, for this build we decided to go with the Corsair H100 water cooler. It's a pretty top of the line cooler for a lot of mainly for people who want to overclock their CPUs. For our video card, we went the EVGA GTX 550 Ti. It's a pretty good video card. Probably pick it up for anywhere from $100 to $140. For our processor, we decided to go with the Intel Core i5-2500K. This processor is unlocked, which means you can't overclock this processor, and that is something we plan to do with it. For our motherboard, we went with the Asus P8 Z77-VLX. It's a good motherboard. It can pretty much do whatever you want it to.
Alright, so one of the greatest things about this build, I feel, is this Ultra X4 850 watt fully modular power supply. As you can see, it's got plenty of PCIe ports in case you want an SLI. Very ruggedly built. It's very quiet, and it comes with an anti-vibration pad, so it's real quiet in your case. And also, it comes with this big bag full of wires and extenders and all of the cords you're gonna need. And also, they're fully wrapped too, so that's really nice for cable management and to keep your PC looking sharp. For our hard drive, we're going to be using a Western Digital 1TB hard drive, which is going to be plenty of space for what we're going to be using it for. We're just using a standard DVD drive, can be picked up from anywhere to $15–30 bucks. We're going to be using 8 gigs of DDR3 Vengeance RAM, which is going to be plenty. And then also we're going to be using the CM Stormtrooper full tower case, and I like this case a lot because it's got integrated fan control speeds right on the top here, 2 3.0s, 2 2.0s, a reset, a power, and then an LED on-off switch to turn on the off and on the LEDs throughout the case. Also, it's got your standard headphone and mic jack along with the power LED and hard drive LED. So,
and don't forget to mention the handle here.
Oh yeah. And one of the greatest parts about this case is the handle, especially when you're taking it places like I don't know, if you're going over to your friend's house, you can easily transport your case without having to bear hug it. So it's really nice, and yeah, so let's get started.
And guys, you can pick up probably all this stuff. We're probably close to about $1,000 bucks.
Yeah, 900, 2,000.
Yeah, we're gonna put all the links for these parts in the description below. So if you're interested in these parts, you can just check out the description, click the link, and link you right to it.
And you know, if you're looking for a budget build, you don't have to spend $900 to $1,000. You don't need the H100. You don't need 850 watt fully modular power supply. You don't need a full tower. You know, these are just some of the parts we gathered for what we're going to be doing. Like, we decided to go with the i5 over the i7 just for budget reasons. So, I mean, it just really depends on what your budget is and what parts you can afford. So, yeah, let's get right into it.
Alright guys, first we're going to do our motherboard installation. And first thing you got to do is that you got to locate where your screw holes are on the motherboard. Because on your motherboard you're going to need risers, and your riser is going to have to keep it off the bottom of the case. A riser looks like this, or some cases have built-in risers. This case does not have built-in risers, so we're going to use it like this. Now for these, we already have most of them in, but I'm going to put one in as an example. So you could either screw it in by hand, which I'm going to try and do right now, or the way I like to do it, I use this tool that comes in my computer building kit to screw it in like so. I would suggest using a tool to screw it in, and if you don't have one of these, you can just use a socket wrench. And now you put in the motherboard. Alright, before we put in the motherboard, you have to put in your back plate. Your motherboard will come with a back plate, and you have to put one on. Once you get it, just kind of clicks right in.
Yeah, you can hear the click, and that's when you know it's in securely.
Okay. Now you're going to take the motherboard and you're just going to line it up with the risers. You're lining it up, well, I like to line up the holes first on the, with the, back plate. Yeah. And then you got to make sure you line up with the risers like I just clicked in. And now look at, you can see how all the risers are lined in. See that? And now I'm just going to take a screw. Fuck. Take a screw, screw it in, set it in the hole first. I like to do that. Some of these ones close to the side of your case can be quite a pain. So just, it's not going to be the easiest thing, especially if you have big hands like I do. Alright, we're going to fast forward through this part so you don't have to sit here and listen to me do this.
Alright, now it's time to install our processor. So as you can see, I'm not gripping it by the gold little pins there. Do not touch those pins because that's what transfers data from the CPU. So you want to be very careful not to touch those pins and handle it by the edges. Alright, so as you can see, I don't know if the camera's going to be able to pick it up, but there's little notches right here in the CPU on only one side. And so to open up the CPU slot, what you're going to do is you're going to push down, you're going to pull out a little bit to the side, and just release it up like that. Once you got it here, you're just going to pull back, and it should be just free to come swing up like this. Okay? Now what we're going to do is we're going to line up our grooves with the little indents right here in the Intel socket. And you got to be very careful here not to damage any of the pins. And once you got it in, you're just going to close up this, push it forward so it latches underneath this screw head right here, and it's going to feel like you're putting a lot of pressure on the CPU, but that is okay. That's how it's supposed to be. It's supposed to be really tight down, so don't feel like you're going to break it. Those motherboards are all preset. There's no settings you can change to make it loose or anything, so just keep on going down even if you feel like it's about to break. And your CPU is installed.
Alright guys, so now we're going to explain how the installation of our H100 will go on with this case. Basically you're going to take the water cooler itself, and you're going to, for this case anyways, you're going to put it on here, and for the sake of time I'm not going to explain how I screw in all 8 of these screw holes right now. But we are going to do that, and we'll just do like a time lapse, and you'll see us doing it, just we're not going to be explaining it. That goes there. And then of course this will go over your CPU. Already has your thermal paste over it and everything. And then of course when this is on top of your case like this, you'll have fans inside of the case spinning this, keeping this cool, keeping the water cool, keeping your CPU cool. And
I believe the fans are going to be blowing up,
yeah,
right?
They're going to be intaking into the heatsink.
Yeah, so they're going to be blowing up if you have the fans underneath, and they'll be blowing down if you have the fans above. So depending on your case, will differ your setup from our video.
Okay, so now we're going to install the H100.
Alright, so now that we got our CPU cooler and our motherboard installed, it's time to put in the disk drive and the hard drive. So for this particular case, it came with these hard drive bays. So what you're going to do is you're just going to take your hard drive and you're going to align these holes right here on the hard drive with these pins right here. And it's going to take a little bit of muscle, and you want to make sure that your SATA ports are facing towards where you pinch these, so that it's easier to plug in. So there we go. So now the hard drive's in, and we're ready to slide this in. You want to make sure that the top of your hard drive is facing the top of your case. And you can pick any one of these slots in here. I'm just going to go ahead and pick the first one. And there you go. No screws necessary. This is in there nice and solid, and if you ever wanted to take it out, you just pinch in these two tabs and you just pull it right out. There you go, your hard drive's out. Reinstall it, boom, done.
Alright guys, now it's time to install the disk drive into the case. This is a pretty easy installation process. Basically, all you have to do is just pop off one of the front things here, slide the DVD drive in, got a couple screws,
Hey guys, I know you haven't seen me before yet. It's because I'm not Jake or Ryan, I'm Jack, and we finally finished the system. It's all good to go, it's all booted up and everything. So I thought I'd show you guys what it looks like right now. We're just editing and stuff, and we got everything running. So as you can see, we got everything going on the inside. The H100 is working perfectly. As you can see right there, we got the RAM, the graphics card, the power supply, everything's going. We got Prime 95 and everything going right here. CPU-Z, we can see we're at, what is that, like 3.4 gigahertz right now. We haven't overclocked quite yet. We're going to get to that. We're going to make a video on how to do that, actually. Got core temp right here. As you can see, we're not doing too bad on temperatures. You know, everything's really relatively nice. We got CPU-Z down here reading the temperatures of everything going on the inside. You know, I hope you guys really enjoyed this video. I hope this really helped you guys who don't really know how to create a PC. If you guys are trying to figure this out, I hope you guys found this useful. I hope you guys rate and subscribe and like the video, and thank you very much for watching.